of the biggest community-wide investigations finished up, resulting in Keffals fully being exposed for misappropriating over $100,000 in donated GoFundMe money.
If anyone ever finds out about how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled.
Spending it on doxing multiple innocent people, but it's Keffals, so she can't own up to anything, take accountability for anything. No, she has to frame an artist as transphobic, making the artist go private. I haven't heard from them since. This video isn't just about Keffals' career ending, it's about her trying to bring everything down with her. Her response has been to call everyone transphobic, leading to other left-leaning political streamers to do the same without ever watching the video.
None of this is accurate. Wait, what? It was the first I have ever heard of Keffals. Is it not accurate? I haven't seen it, so I'm not claiming that it's accurate.
Then she calls everyone drama freaks for reporting her committing a crime.
Angry from drama freaks. I'm not planning on making any sort of response because I don't think I owe anyone a response.
Yeah, we can't let her get away with this. It's so satisfying sitting back and watching 2 years worth of lies finally come crumbling down, and I'm celebrating. With Fume. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong, so why not remove the bad from your habit? Fume is the award-winning flavored air device that does just that. No electronics, no vapor, no harmful chemicals. It feels quality and is really well designed. Here, let me show you. You have all these flavored cores. I like mint. Now open it up and pop one of them into the Fume, twist it to adjust the airflow, and oh, that's the good stuff. And my favorite part is just fidgeting around with it, playing with the magnet, spinning it on its stand. It's great at a friend's house, the bar, camping. A lot of the times when I'm working, I get bored and grab another snack that I definitely don't need, or my 4th cup of coffee. Now I just fidget around with the Fume and still get that little stimulant of flavor when needed. Fume has served over 150,000 customers, and you could be their next success story. Go to tryfume.com/WillyMac or scan the QR code and use code WillyMac at checkout to get 10% off today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring this video.
That's the sound of the police!
I've been documenting and pushing back against Keffals' GoFundMe narrative for 2 years now, where if you question anything at all, you were framed as a conspiracy theorist, a bad faith actor.
People were so gracious, they came together and they helped me out. And while I really respect it, it's brought a lot of people to do the QAnon brain bullshit about me, where they're saying I'm stealing money from my fans.
I will never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors. When people would rightfully ask for updates, she'd respond to them with memes. She'd suddenly have the money for new streaming gear, travel, drugs, rehab, while revealing that she hadn't even started working with a lawyer yet.
But now I'm going to be focusing more on the legal things because I'm settled down, I'm back in Canada, and I have time to work on this now.
And if you questioned her, no matter how much you disavow transphobia, you're transphobic. While through now leaked DMs from her group chat, she proved the conspiracy theorist right. Keffals would write, "Feels really bad watching the GoFundMe deplete. The rest will cover a year's worth of rent and my psych fees if I talk to a psychologist once a week for the next 11 months. I keep trying to think of how it depleted so fast, and it's just so many little things. Travel and replacing furniture and helping my friends out by buying new streaming gear and clothes. That is not what the money was raised for. None of those things were stated in her GoFundMe. This is fraud, and these messages are from only 2 months after she raised the money, meaning she burned through most of it before she even decided who she was suing." She'd continue, "If anyone found out how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled. Now, it's not just luxuries that the money was wasted on. I want to make abundantly clear, not a single dollar of the used money was spent in a meaningful way. She raised the money to move to a safe location that wasn't doxxed, while spending her time tweeting out and streaming her location. But more importantly, she revealed why she moved. It wasn't to get away from her doxxers, it was to get away from her ex."
And there was a criticism that I frequently got throughout that time. How does moving to a different country help you with online harassment? And as we found out, it didn't. And the truth is, I left the country because of my ex.
That's not what the money was donated for. Again, that's fraud, but it goes even deeper. The one good thing you could have argued that Keffals did was spend some of the money filing legally through the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario.
The reason they decided to go with the Human Rights Tribunal rather than a lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has unique powers that a civil suit does not.
The reason I decided to ultimately go through the Human Rights Tribunal rather than the lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has powers that a civil suit does not. All I would get is money. I am pushing for police body cams. Papers are being processed and it could take up to 6 years. The London police have already had an initiative to get body cams on every cop by 2025. So really it's just another way for Keffals to ask for more money. I've already torn apart this document in one of my previous videos. Look there if you want more details. I don't have much faith in her case at all. Instead, she's seemingly been spending the money doxing people, posting Bad Empanada's full name, his address, admitting she's got Second Thought's full name and address as well, saying I did it myself, I never published this info. It's just just like a game for me. She got this by paying private investigators for it. Her dream is to retire from streaming and be a professional private investigator, to dox people professionally. Right now, it's just some hobby for her. Half the reason why Keffals was able to raise so much money is because she kept getting doxxed. So why is she doing it to innocent people? These DMs are now leaked. Their personal information is everywhere. What are you doing? Did this take GoFundMe money to do? So what is Keffals' response to this career-ending evidence? Well, it's to call everyone transphobic. I understand people have criticisms of me. I don't think I'm above being critiqued. That said, was it really necessary to use a transphobic caricature of me in the thumbnail while not using my pronouns in the video announcement? But if you just click the community notes, you could see that Muda did use her preferred pronouns. As for the transphobic art, it's not transphobic at all. It's drawn by Just a Worm, who makes ugly characters of everyone. It's his art style. Keffals has used his art in her own thumbnails. This accusation would rally her audience, as well as some left-leaning creators, into bullying the artist into going private.
Just a Worm is his name, and it really is just a style. Here's a couple examples. Okay, so here's the thing, right? This isn't a defense.
She has to think so hard to make this terrible argument.
If I call all of my friends, I'm like, you are engaging in some real tomfoolery, in some real baboonery. I can say that as many times as I want. I'm not making that joke about one of my black friends. Because now it's fucking insane. And now it's objectively just racist. I don't get to say, well, I say this about everybody.
Nobody has ever called you racist for that.
You can't just make the same joke at everybody, because that's not how society works. You can't just do that.
Well, what do you want? Can we just treat Keffals like a regular person? She wants it to be transphobic so bad.
He can't just like say, oh, well, it's the artist who made that drawing. No, it's your channel. You have responsibility to your audience to not be, I would like to think, not be openly transphobic. And if you're posting like this, it's your YouTube channel, it's your fault.
She's laughing because she knows it's stupid. Fellow artists would show their solidarity with Just a Worm by making more ugly depictions of Keffals, some of it being transphobic. So before there was no transphobic art, and because she made up this story, there is now transphobic art. She literally willed it into existence. Your wish has been granted. Keffals would make a follow-up tweet. I think if my actions were heinous, you wouldn't need to dehumanize me to an audience of millions of people in order to make the points you wanted to make. The bar was incredibly low, and Mudahar managed to still fumble it. Community notes would get her again, showing that Muda respected her pronouns and that the only insults he threw at her were from her own actions and not from her identity. She'd follow this up with another tweet. Anyways, I'm probably going to get harassed by thousands of people for standing up for myself. Now I'm going to do something fun instead of that. See you all when it dies down. You aren't being harassed for standing up for yourself. You're getting heat for misappropriating crowd-funded money. What's crazy is the GoFundMe is still up. You could still donate to it. Her tweet would get community noted again, citing that she was using a self-victimization method of manipulation, which she is. Every response Keffals or her community makes has nothing to do with the contents of Muda's video. It's all meant to distract you from the damning evidence that exists towards Keffals. They even went after Muda's wife, calling her a Nazi because she liked a tweet making fun of people calling her a Nazi. This is a real video on Reddit people are using as proof that she is a Nazi. It has nearly 1,000 upvotes. Muda dating a neo-Nazi made him go completely off the rails. Oh snap, did he really? Yep, forgot his girlfriend's handle, but she posts a lot of far-right conspiracy theories on here. I follow her, and no, she does not. Imagine having to become a fascist just to get pussy. Exactly, and throwing everything you stand for away just for a relationship who hates you being a marginalized minority. So they aren't mad at the undeniable evidence Muda brings to the table. Instead, they're slandering his wife. This next one is insane. Though alt-rightoids' ideology, Aryan marrying non-Aryans like Semites, Latinx, and sub-Saharan Africans, Muda and her are a fairly Aryan couple, and I believe Hitler would approve. He then goes in depth analyzing Muda's skin color to determine if he's an Aryan or not. Muda is part Aryan because Brahmins are an upper caste Indian from which the Indo-Aryan people derive. Indians have intermixed too much to be pure Aryans. They nonetheless have Aryan blood. So while they may be an interracial couple, Doe married Muda because of his Aryan ancestry. Or maybe she just married him because she likes him. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, man. This is the quality of criticism coming back at Muda. These people suck.
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool.
Now Muda's video did make waves in Keffals' community, with plenty of people now questioning her. I found videos of someone saying Keffals had issues with fundraisers, but I wanted to know more before I made a choice. Is this that whole she used her GoFundMe to buy coke thing? No, the one with streaming gear and buying legal fees. No mention of Keffal buying drinks. Streaming gear? I'm not aware of this drama. On her subreddit, people were surprised that she lied about being woken up with a gun in her face.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London police services pointing an assault rifle in my face.
But every time they're retorted with some of the dumbest defenses. Muda's video was retweeted by Stone Toss, and Tipster acts like that makes the information in it bad for some reason. It makes no sense. Another user says, my secret hot take is I don't care if someone ripped off the woke scolds for any amount. That's something that I think a lot of haters forget when they try to use that as an own. I honestly don't care one way or the other. People donate to GoFundMes that fall through all the time. This didn't fall through, it was a heist. When Muda first announced he was making his video, Keffals immediately poisoned the well by calling him evil. Hi, privated the stream and ended early because Mudahar announcing his Catboy Ranch expose gave me PTSD flashbacks to 2022. The swatting, just incredibly dark stuff in my life. I couldn't handle it. I need to take some time. His replies are flooded with Kiwi Farms users right now. He's an evil who knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's the evil one. If you ever want to know how down bad the Keffals Defense Force is, look no farther than Denims. She titled her stream, Mudahar decides to be transphobic. The stream starts by playing other people's videos uninterrupted, auto-playing to the next video when finished.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show.
What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Boomers Getting Fooled by AI.
When she finally decided to show up, she said she watched Muda's video and that none of it was accurate.
I watched a little bit of it, a little bit. And it was like recounting some streamer drama or something like that. I was watching it and I was like, none of this is accurate. Wait, what? This isn't even related to me. But I know the people in this video and none of this is accurate. You're just trying to portray this person as like a villain. And so you just didn't like report on any of their perspective. And then when it came to report on it, you just like ignored it. Like you were like, this isn't worth reading. So maybe, I haven't decided yet. Maybe we'll watch the Mudahar video. I don't know if I can do it is the problem.
When challenged on this, she then admits that she's never even seen it.
This video is the first I have ever heard of Keffals. Is it not accurate? I haven't seen it, so I'm not claiming that it's accurate. I'm only talking about the thumbnail. I haven't even started. Whoa. Let's reel it back.
Muda's like, here's a video exposing all of Keffals' lies, and she's like, nah, let's only talk about the thumbnail.
Let's talk about a couple things. I'm only interested right now in talking about the thumbnail. Okay? I'm only interested in talking about the thumbnail. Maybe we can watch some of the video. To be honest, the video itself, I don't care about. It's not relevant. It's not important. I only care about the thumbnail.
Yeah, let's focus on this irrelevant thing instead of the actual point of the video. And when Ryan Beard points out that Muda only refers to Keffals by her preferred pronouns, Denim's response is to insult Ryan.
I don't know what happened to Ryan Beard. I'm going to be honest. Who was it that cooked him? Was it FD Signifier? In case you were wondering what Ryan has tweeted, Gaza 0 times, Israel 1 time, ceasefire 1 time, and Palestine a total of 7 times, all of which were to tell people to vote for Biden. But man, do they find the time to tweet about online leftists. And that is like the biggest, like, it just doesn't, like that, this perfectly encapsulates what I'm talking about.
You're yapping. You haven't said anything. Can you tell this is Hassan's mod? Her audience is defending her by comparing Keffals to George Floyd. Can people like Muda stop saying this person is not a good representation for X minority? Like people haven't learned anything from the BLM protest in 2020, did they? With the same logic, you can say that George Floyd is not a good representation for the black community because he had a criminal history. George Floyd was a regular dude who was killed while being detained by the police. Keffals is a self-described activist. Keffals obviously doesn't speak for every trans person, but she hides behind being a representative.
I'm a high-profile transgender activist. There's a big target on my back.
That's why people feel the need to point it out. The media seems to be slowly catching on with the Young Turks even correcting the story.
I feel sick to my stomach knowing that I amplified a con artist on the show. Obviously, I did not know she was a con artist. I did not do that on purpose. But at the end of the day, I'm the host and I am responsible for what I say on this program.
Even calling out other media companies.
For all the other mainstream media outlets who fell for this con artist, that includes The Guardian, CNN, NBC News, NPR. Can we get a correction from you guys too? Because they seem to never want to revisit the work they've done and the misreporting they've engaged in. The fact that they were conned by a con artist like Keffals.
This is accountability. This is how stories should be corrected. And the Young Turks should be applauded for it.
Hands in the air, get down on your knees.
These are extremely serious accusations leveled against Keffals. That's why I find it funny that she acts like it's random YouTube drama.
Yeah, no, I'm not I'm not planning on making any sort of response because I don't think I owe anyone a response. When I say I'm done with drama, I legitimately mean it.
This is crazy. I've never seen somebody lie to themselves so much. It's so funny looking back at her old Discord messages. My background is in content creation. I am not great at what I do. I'm honestly too sincere to be good at it. I am too authentic to simply be an actor who makes videos online. Keffals is a chronic liar. I don't know if she'll face any legal repercussions over this, but her career is over. There is no coming back from this. Lied about the GoFundMe, the lawsuit, moving, Kiwi Farms, website zero, got addicted to drugs, 2 years later randomly claimed she was groped by the police, never mentioned it before, admitted to misappropriating the money in a group chat, and when asked about it, she says that it's just YouTube drama.
I don't care about any of this shit.
It feels good to finally wrap up the Keffals story. It's been a 2-year journey for me. If you want more, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Chris the Narc, for some of the screenshots I used in this video, and thank you to Muda for finally making this mainstream. Now go get a foom. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drain Kobex, Necro Valley, Stefan Bildman, Abby Blackbird, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tiz McFitz, Christopher H, TV Anthology Reviews, Kanklemore, Sennial Music, Lucas If, ET Automatic, Snoopy Poop Doop 2, and the mega homies Reynolds Hughes, Hellison, IGP, Your Taxi, Latchkey Goth Boy, Cyber Katie, Lori Loaded, Papa Gut, Caden Lulin, XO Irish XO, BA Subway, Hawkin Load, Zerophonic, Derek Dew, Strictly Patrick, at Kitty Cat, A Screaming Cloaker, Terox, Fay Under, John Manfreda, and Trick.